Hi there and welcome to today's video. Today I am doing a 2023 year in review. So throughout the video I will be filling out this layout, this year in color layout, and going through past layouts starting with January. So looking back at this, January was not my favorite color scheme or my illustrations. I really didn't like it, and you'll see I think I did 2 weeks worth of planning. 3 weeks worth of planning for January, and then I just kind of gave up on it. Honestly, looking back at this year, yes, there were some difficult and challenging moments, but I thought I'd used my journal pretty consistently throughout at least the first part of the year. But going through this video, I realized I hadn't at all, and I actually only really picked up my journal more toward the middle of the year. And so I thought that was kind of funny looking back. But while I wanted the champagne theme to work, I did run into some issues with the print quality, and I just kind of lost my enthusiasm for it. So this is February. Same story with February. I did 2 weeks and then just kind of gave up on it. I can't remember why I didn't follow through. I know we got busy, but normally, depending on how busy I am, I'd rely more on my journal. But obviously, I didn't. I chose a tropical parrot theme, and it was okay. I really did like the bright colors. And turns out that was the last time I used bright colors in any of my setups. For March, I did a perfume theme, and same story, did a couple of weeks and gave up on it. I wish I could remember why, but it is what it is. I did like this color palette a lot, and I don't know, I was really excited to do the perfume bottles, but for whatever reason, I wasn't that happy with my execution. And maybe that's why I didn't use the layouts in their entirety. For April, I did plants. I actually illustrated these plants a couple years ago and I really liked them, and I've never used them in a layout, so I decided to use them for my April layout. Again, my cover page, there are things I do differently for sure, but I did like this theme as a whole. I actually created a digital kit of this theme, and that will be going up in my shop shortly. I'm just finalizing some images, and then I'm excited to share that with you guys. This was my May. I did a tulip theme. I got really into tulips this month. They were on sale at the grocery store, and so I got really excited and inspired by them. So I decided to do a tulip theme. Again, I had empty pages in my notebook. I think my intention was to do doodle challenges, which of course I didn't do. Those pages were empty. I guess my primary reason for showing you my flip throughs is to show you that while they're aesthetic and pretty, they don't always turn out perfect or that well used. And so just remember that when you're feeling down on yourself because you're not using your journal. Just flip the page and go from there. So for June, I used images from my Fruit Bowl collection. I actually have a pattern collection for Fruit Bowl, and I have them up on Society 6 and Spoonflower. And this was a second colorway that I did for Fruit Bowl, primarily the oranges. And I thought that was a super fun theme for June. I did love this color palette, and I had a lot of fun breaking down my big pattern collection into just individual fruits. I'll talk more about July at the end of this video, but this was my July setup. I chose vintage suitcases. I had huge plans for that summer travel page and then just never executed. The summer was a little bit rough this year, so I just kind of I did what I needed to get through, and that apparently was a mini office renovation. But I did like how the vintage suitcases turned out. I did enjoy drawing them a lot. It was a nice distraction from what was going on. And it was also like a nice rest from the physical labor of tearing built-in cupboards out of my office. August, I have my flip through here. I did love August. Again, I'll talk more about it later. This color palette, I love the oranges. I know oranges can be such a divisive color, but holy smokes, I just couldn't. I loved the teal with the orange in that layout. I also want to quickly talk about the pink, the baby pink, and how much I used that baby pink. I was actually super surprised. By the time I was done filling this out, I just looked and all I saw was a soft pink, and I'm not a soft pink person, so I thought it was really hilarious that that was the color that I kept gravitating to. For September, I did mushrooms, and I really did like this. I had a lot of fun drawing the mushrooms. I don't think I've ever done a mushroom themes. So September 2023 was the month that I did mushrooms as my theme. I also chuckled because I thought I did tabs the whole year of 2023 and I was calling it my year of tabs. But it turns out I only did tabs for the last 6 months or the last 5 months. So I thought that was kind of funny too because I could swear that it was the whole year. But this was my October setup. I had a lot of fun with this theme as well. I have a digital kit coming for this one as well, so definitely keep your eyes open for that. Again, I'm just finalizing a couple pieces and I will be listing that. That's one of my goals for 2024 is to get my online shop going and just be more consistent in sharing with you guys when I do create something out of my layouts and something that you can use for your layouts as well. This was a really fun color palette. I did enjoy working with the purples. And in November, I decided to go with bright pops of color. I mentioned again later on that my cover page looks like an Among Us character. And that's all I see now. But I swear at the time I did the setup, I did not see it. So there's that, but I digress. The other color I used a ton was that yellow. It's mustard from the Jewel collection. So I used that yellow a lot as well. I think it's definitely a toss-up between the pink and the yellow for what I used the most. And here we have December. I had high hopes for using my December layout, and I didn't. I only used it a little bit. So either I was super excited for events that were coming up and I remembered, and then the last part of December, we've been so sick. It's been nonstop, so kind of fell off the wagon there a little bit. So that was basically my year in review. The biggest takeaway is that it doesn't have to be perfect to be functional. You can just turn the page and keep going. For the rest of the video, I'll be sharing some of my favorites throughout the year. To wrap up the video, we're going to talk about my favorite hand-lettered cover page, my favorite color palette, my favorite illustration, and then my favorite overall. So whichever layout included everything that I loved. So we're going to start off with my favorite hand-lettered dashboard. And we're going to go back to May for this dashboard, or cover page, I'm sorry. Embrace imperfections with self-love. If you haven't watched previous videos, I do my hand letter cover pages in Procreate, and this was one of my favorites. I love the message. I love the lettering style I used for the message. It was very simple, but I liked it. I really did enjoy putting this together. So my next category is favorite color palette, and for 2023, that was November. So if we shoot over to November, you will see on the sides here, don't mind this. I didn't actually like this hand-lettered cover page very much. And then a friend of mine pointed out that this looks like an Among Us character. So that's all I see now. But if you look down at my tabs, this was the general color palette that I really, really love. I did create a mini pattern collection from this as well. I don't think I've published any of it yet. That's definitely something I'm going to do, because I really loved the teapots or the coffee pots that I did, as well as these simple florals within a floral pattern design. So that was my favorite color palette. My favorite illustration actually goes back to July 2023, and that was the vintage suitcases. Now, the execution of it wasn't my favorite, but I did enjoy putting these together and researching them and doodling them, and I went so far as to create a pattern collection for these, and that's available on Society 6 and Spoonflower. I've linked that down below, but these were definitely my most favorite to doodle. I spent a lot of time with these, vectorizing them, playing with them. So these were my favorite illustrations. So my favorite overall setup goes to August. This one, I love the cover page. I love the illustrations. I procrastinate a lot, and a lot of times I procrastinate setting up my bullet journal themes or choosing my bullet journal themes. But before I knew it, I had sketched 12 teapots. And so I had a lot of fun putting these together. So I had so much fun that this is actually there's some prints up on Society 6, I believe, and I will probably create a mini pattern collection out of these as well, because I do love them so much. So that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below what your favorite theme was and what your favorite color palette was. I love doing this layout in my bullet journal. I will create another one of these in my mid-year review, but I will include 5 colors instead of 4. I feel 5 captures the overall theme a lot better. So there will be 5 for my 2024 mid-year bullet journal setup. But let me know what your favorite one was and if you're considering adding this into your bullet journal. Thank you so much for your time today, and I will see you in the next one. If you are setting up your bullet journal, make sure to check out these 2 videos for extra inspiration.